Alright guys, what's up? Here for Fairy Tail Chapter 375 review. Again, I did not review last week because there was nothing much going on. And it's kind of the same way with this one, but there was actually something to talk about. So for half of this fight, it was the fight between Natsu and Franmouth. I believe that's what his name was. I had to look it up because I couldn't remember his name for nothing. So it was Natsu against Franmouth for like half of this chapter. Of course, Natsu is, well, he's not really owning him, but he's not really losing either. It's kind of like a standstill. So, we learn more about Franmouth's powers. He, of course, can absorb souls. And during his fight with Natsu, he was able to, quote, absorb Natsu's soul and was able to get lightning, fire, dragon mode. That's some crazy shit. And we also learned some more about Master Hades. When Franmouth was looking for Zeref, he stumbled upon Hades' body and was actually able to absorb his soul and started speaking about him, saying that even though Hades was human, he was more closer to a demon than anything, and that he was actually the one who was able to get closer to the I believe what he said was the abyss of magic, which is the one magic. I believe that's what he was talking about. So anyway, that was pretty much for this half of the chapter. The rest of the chapter just started showing basically all of the fights that were going on. Mary Jane versus Sayla and Erza versus Kyoka. Erza versus Kyoka, they're at a standstill as well. Like, nobody's losing, but nobody's winning at the same time. They're equal. And the same thing going on with Mary Jane versus Sayla, which I wanted to see so badly. Oh, Hero spent half of this focusing on Natsu and Franmouth, but I really wanted this to be. I really wanted that half to be between Sayla and Mary Jane. Oh my goodness. Anyway, with Sarah and Mary Jane, it doesn't look more of a standstill because Lisana's observing this, and she's saying that Mary Jane is getting cornered. So Sayla might actually win this fight, but still, I want to see its entirety. I don't want to see a portion of it. That's one thing I don't like about shonen fighting mangas. They don't show the entire thing. They just show portions of it throughout the entire chapter. There we go. The last bit of this chapter was with Wendy and Charles, who were able to escape. Franmouth and go to face, which was in some canyon. So anyway, Charles exhausted her magic. She has to rest. Wendy's carrying her, and while she's going to face, the last page, a full page panel. There we go. It had a full page panel of one of the demons from Tartaros just hanging from the fucking ceiling. And I'm looking at this right now, but it looks like he has the bottom half of an octopus. And this motherfucker has 4 arms. So, this is one thing that I wanted to get to. Wendy has been lacking so much development for a very long time. Now, I was saying that during the fighting festival, when she was going against the Jade Dragon, whose name I cannot remember, I made a prediction that Wendy would go Dragon Force in order to defeat this dragon, if defeating it was possible. But of course, that didn't happen. And I was very disappointed because, like I said, air is my favorite element, especially when it comes to powers. And for her not to be able to go to Dragon Force really disappointed me greatly. So, once again, I am going to make this prediction, and I'm going to say that Wendy is going to go Dragon Force if there's ever a chance to possibly beat this dude. If she beats this guy without going Dragon Force by herself, I will be very upset again, and I will be very disappointed again. Because remember, these demons have the power to rival an entire country. An entire country's military. Somewhere along that sorts. So, and for Wendy to just be able to beat one of them without going to Dragon Force, I will be very disappointed. I want to see Wendy go Dragon Force so bad. We've already seen Laxus kind of do it. We've already seen Natsu do it. I believe we've seen Gajio do it, or something similar to it. So anyway, I just need to see Wendy do it. I haven't seen Wendy go out in a long time, ever since her fight with Shelia. Like I said, Wendy's just lacking so much development, and I would love to see her go Dragon Force. Anyway, that wraps up my review of this chapter. 376 is going to be the fight between Wendy and the demon called Ezel. So, anyway guys, rate, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next week.